My name is Trinity Brown. I'm a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018. Who would I like to thank? I like to thank my mom for everything she did for me, and she didn't give up on me, and it motivated me to keep working harder. And I like to thank Mr. Ham for allowing me to come here multiple times, because if it wasn't for him, I definitely would not have been able to graduate.
My name is Rachel Casa, and I'm a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018.
Hi, my name is Steven Cruz. I'm a member of the Academy Fall Class of 2018. Who would I like to thank? I'd like to thank Miss Blanchette and Miss Rash because they've been really big support for me. I'd also like to thank Mr. Ham for not kicking me out a third time.
My name is Dylan Barone, and I'm a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018. If there's anybody that I'd like to thank, it would be Mr. Ham for the opportunity and the privilege to come to the Academy and make up any credits that I didn't and then slacked off in the past years. And thanking anybody that pushed me and helped me throughout the school year, any teachers.
My name is Ebony Rogers, and I'm a member of the Academy's Class of 2018.
My name is Michaela Beckman, and I'm a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018, and I just want to thank my mom for always being there and pushing me to do better, and I want to thank my boyfriend Dalton for always pushing me to do better too and being my support system with my mom.
My name is Elena Curry. I'm a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018. Who do I want to thank? I want to thank mainly Mr. Ham. Mr. Ham has helped me through a lot over the course of 4 years. The Academy teachers also, they've been a big part of my graduation.
Hi, my name is Desiree O'Grady, and I'm a member of the Academy Fall Class of 2018.
And I want to thank Mr. Ham for giving me this great opportunity to come to this school.
My future plans are I'm going to college and getting my bachelor's in environmental science. And I just want to say I'm proud of you guys, the Wolf Pack, for making it.
I want to thank Miss Blanchette, obviously, because from the beginnings, since I got here, she's helped me through so much. And she's been like a second mother to me. Like, she is my mother. I call her mom all the time. And of course, Mr. Bernicki, even though he's not here, when I first came here, he was here, and I just want to thank him a lot too, because he helped me through a lot. And Baker, because he's pretty cool. My mother, because she's been through a lot. Having to put up with me for a lot of things. So, yeah.
Academy is basically an umbrella filled with multiple programs that can meet multiple needs for all types of students. But the Academy in general is our high school component, grades 9 through 12, which we focus on keeping kids in school by providing an alternative to a traditional setting, and that is the block schedule. I think is huge, allowing students to be able to catch up on credits, improve GPAs, and either graduate early or on time when, if they stayed at their traditional setting, would have not been able to do so just because of lack of time. And also, I think our relationships with our students is very valuable. I think our students respond to our teaching styles and to the love that we provide for them on an individual level.
What does the Academy mean to me? The Academy means family. This place is more than a school. I love this place. I've made so many friends here, and it's crazy. I'm gonna miss the heck out of it.
Academy kids, I would say case by case. Typically our students, though, if I could generally speak about them, would be that these students maybe sometimes lack motivation, or they have had a frustrated start to their high school career, and you know, that could be with their behavior, it could be with their attendance. They just have gotten so far behind. So a typical student is a student that walks through the door that is still motivated to finish high school, that is looking for an alternative to help them catch up, and believe that the Academy is a place where they can be successful. So a typical student, again, would be someone who is just really looking for a second chance, someone to get a fresh start.
See, the Academy make dreams happen, man. See, before I was at PC, man, I wasn't sure if I was going to graduate. I came here, now I can graduate right now if I want to. So, like, it makes dreams happen, man.
We hear constantly is that this is a place for all the bad kids, that all the bad kids of the district can go. And that's quickly not the answer. That's not exactly at all correct. This is a school of choice. And I really should start off by saying that the most important aspect of this school is it being a school of choice. When a student decides that they would like to be interviewed at the Academy, they meet with the principal, in this case myself at this time, where they're able to discuss academics, their behavior, the attendance. It is at that call where I have to make a decision if this student will be successful at the Academy. So when it comes to that, is we're able to take students in the traditional setting, bring them onto the Academy campus, these students would have most likely not stayed in school or graduated, which would have hurt the school grade, which inevitably would have hurt the district grade. So with that being said, when we catch kids up academically and they graduate on time, it actually supports the school and the district grade, let alone they graduate from high school. So with that being said, you know, just in 1 year alone, we've helped the district graduate 2% more overall. Our neighboring Port Charlotte High School jumped 4% in graduation rate. So we feel like the academy itself improved 2% just last year and will continue to do so as we look at how we graduate kids. So I think overall we support the district as a resource of keeping kids in school.
Like, there's so many people that made this school great and that made me feel great and accept. Jack Ham. Jack Ham. My gosh, where do I begin with you?
The parents are very kind of weary about if this place is for bad kids. What we find is that kids that come in with behavioral issues are frustrated. A lot of times we talk about fight or flight. Kids' behaviors at their traditional schools tend to result in maybe their difficulty in learning, the lack of relationship that they have with staff, maybe just a rough start to their own life or their home life could be a contributing factor. So when kids get here, I feel like we treat them as an individual and we give them the TLC that allows them to be themselves. And they learn at their own pace. Our teachers provide support with that block schedule. They're able to modify and differentiate their instruction. So when it comes to kids coming to us who possibly could have had behavioral issues or attendance issues, we tend to see the behaviors go down and attendance go up because they like being at school. So I feel like we just do a good job of giving these kids a different learning environment that is conducive to their learning style. Therefore, their attitude towards learning is improved, and therefore they are successful.
This academy is a gem in Charlotte County. These kids have thrived in this learning environment because you know why? Teachers care, staff cares. Our goal is to get you to graduation.
We have also supported students in the middle school ranks through our PASS program, and those are students who are behind and overaged in the middle school. And on a typical year, we are helping over 60 students complete their middle school requirements and then move on to high school, and sometimes even finishing freshman year in the same year. So our PASS program has really taken off and done really well. Our Career Quest program, which now we're sponsored by the Simon Youth Foundation in both our Career Quest program in the mall and at the Academy on Cochran Boulevard. That relationship has allowed students in our Career Quest program especially to have a flexible schedule. So those students who are working, who need just a few more credits, that if they had to go to school full-time would probably drop out. So we're able to accommodate their schedules and allow them to finish. Also, we take care of our teen parents. Teen moms and dads are able to provide daycare services for them and then walk over and finish their high school education. So keeping them in school as well is important. So I think our C program as well, which is a students where they are placed, we're watching them transition out of that program into other academy programs and doing very well. So this transitional piece of our programs that are interchanging students, they're crossing over them to different programs. I feel like our staff has done a great job of making it conducive to all learners and all programs across the board. So for an alternative school, I feel like the Academy in Charlotte County has really taken a life of its own to be a great resource to not only the students but to the district.
My favorite thing about the school is that everyone has a chance. I mainly recommend this school to tons of people. I've even told my friends at the high school that they should come here.
The takeaway when we get to talk about our programs at the Academy is, to be honest, would be that we get to do what we got in the business to do, and that's help kids. In a traditional world, I respect it because I came from the traditional setting. You're teaching 6 out of 7 periods. You've got 45 minutes to get the standards in. You've got 150 students coming in and out of your room. You want to give them more, but you just don't have time. you're running around, you've got all these different activities going on, and it's good for most kids. It's great, that's good stuff. But the kids that really need that TLC, they really need that relationship, that's what we do. We take those kids that just sometimes need the extra. And when we got into education, I think I speak for our teachers, is that we want to help kids and we want to see them grow. And when our teachers get to see their students graduate and walk across the stage, and sometimes it's been a heavy investment of energy and of emotions, but to see them be successful and graduate from high school as a result of their hard work is just something extra special. So I just feel like the alternative setting that we provide for our students gives that a real genuine approach to education that we got into this for. So nothing against that traditional setting, but because of our model, we're able to do what we got in the game to do, and that's help kids do what's best for kids.
My name is Jose Garza, and I'm a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018. I want to thank Ms. Blanchette because, you know, she was like really cool with me, and she helped me out a lot in class, and I got my grade up to 100. And I want to thank Mr. Brantley because, you know, he always helped me out with the food, and the food was pretty good. My parting words for my fellow graduates is, I hope you have a great future ahead of you.
I'd also like to thank my grandma, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't probably also be in school at all. So I'd like to thank her for encouraging me and still believing me when everyone else, even in my family, gave up on me. For my fellow grads, good job, we did it.
The major person I really want to thank is all my teachers for letting me come here and showing me what actual high school can be, being best friends, showing me that I matter, and showing me that I can be the best that I can be. I also want to thank Mr. Ham, Mr. Guzzo, which unfortunately left. And the other person I majorly want to thank is Miss Anderson.
My name is Seth Banyai, and I am a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018. I would like to thank my family, first of all. My grandfather has been a big help to me getting through high school, obviously. I'd like to thank the staff here. They've been very nice to me, always supportive in helping me achieve my goal of graduating.
My name is John Donnelly, and I'm a member of the Academy Fall Class of 2018. Who do you want to thank? I want to thank Miss Blanchett and Miss L for helping me in class, and yeah.
My name is Enrique Pacheco Gonzalez, and I'm a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018. Who do I want to thank? Probably Miss L. She's been the best teacher I've had so far. And Miss Bisson. She's pretty fun.
Okay, my name is Kay Missoff, and I'm a member of the Academy's Fall Class of 2018. I would really like to thank Miss Meyer for being one of the most inspiring teachers I've ever had in my whole school-wide career, and all of my classmates who made the days a little more bearable. My parting words for you guys is just keep your head in the game. Stop goofing around. It's easier than it looks. Good luck.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations, obviously. What you've accomplished is something that your goal was when you first walked in our doors to ask to come to the Academy, is so that we can help you move across the line and graduate with a high school diploma. So congratulations, job well done, way to persevere and stick with your education. A message that I commonly have for all the graduates is make sure that you have the next end in mind, and that is you're moving forward with some type of plan. Sometimes those plans take a little longer to develop than others, but that's okay as long as you have a plan. What will you do to be successful in the next part of your life, which is the majority part of your life? What are you going to do for work, a career? So hopefully we were able to expose you through our great classroom experiences, information about military, information about college, information about the trade school, information just about the workforce. What does a resume look like? What does an interview going into one look like and feel like? What is basically a credit score, or how to apply for loans? Those real life things that I know our teachers did a great job of educating you on and introducing you to. We'll be able to take that with you and be successful. So I just want to wish you all, I would say that your class was definitely a delight, but yet a challenge to motivate at times. But you guys were funny. You were full of character. We had some great leaders. We had some great kids who we feel are just going to do great things. So for that being said, I just wish you all your personal best, and we are always here for you at the Academy. Best wishes.
The graduation ceremony for the class of 2018 will begin momentarily. We ask that you silence and store your cell phones at this time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional of the Academy faculty and the graduates of the winter class of 2018. Please remain standing as graduate and Mr. Academy himself, Jose Garza, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jose. You may be seated. Good evening. My name is Jennifer Blanchette, teacher and senior class sponsor of the Academy. For those of you who may not know me, I've been a part of the Charlotte County Public School System since my family and I moved back here in 1976. That was back in the day when Port Charlotte only had one stoplight, and everything that's now considered Murdoch was actually one gigantic ranch. My father, a 40-year veteran teacher and my inspiration for becoming one myself, taught science at Port Charlotte Junior High for 25 years. I went to Meadow Park Elementary, Port Charlotte Junior High, and Port Charlotte High School. My oldest brother graduated as a tarpon in 1982, and my other brother and I graduated as pirates in 1988. After I graduated from the University of South Florida, I moved back to Charlotte County to start my teaching career in 1993 at Charlotte High School. In 2013, I transferred to the Academy, and unfortunately for Mr. Ham, I have no plans to ever leave. That's, of course, unless I win the Powerball, and then I'm out of here. I've known about the Academy back in the day when it was called New Challenge, Charlotte County's first alternative high school. I was actually asked to teach here by Principal April Prestipino back in the 1990s. But as sad as it is to say and embarrassing as it is to admit, I actually believed the rumors that were being spread about the kind of students that went here. By 2011, though, I knew that those rumors were not true because I myself had actually enrolled my oldest daughter here. At the beginning of my daughter's junior year, I got a call from Ron Schuyler, principal at the time, asking me to come to the Academy, but unfortunately for me, I didn't seize that opportunity. I knew a few teachers here that taught at the Academy over the years, and listening to them and my daughter telling me how awesome the Academy really was increased my desire to want to teach here. At the end of the 2012-2013 school year, I was kicking myself because I felt like I had missed the opportunity not only once, but twice to be a member of the Wolfpack. My daughter was about to be a senior here, and I was desperately emailing Chris Brantley, one of our math teachers, to trade places with me at Charlotte High, even though I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I even interviewed for a paraprofessional job with the hopes of just getting my foot in the door. Finally, over the summer of 2013, I got the call. And I can tell you, the saying, "Find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life," is true. I am living proof of that. The Academy isn't just a place where I spend 5 days a week working and collecting a paycheck. It's where my extended family is, the staff, and most especially these amazing students. So it is my extreme privilege and honor to be standing in front of you tonight emceeing this prestigious event for the very first time. And hopefully I don't trip, knock anything over, fall off the stage, whatever. Just kidding, but not really if you knew who I was. So thank you, friends and family, for joining us tonight to celebrate this momentous event. I'd also like to thank our special guests from your Charlotte County school system. And for their introductions, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you our fearless leader, my boss, and fellow diehard Celtics fan, Mr. Jack Ham.
Thank you, Ms. Blanchett. Well done. Good afternoon, parents, family, friends, and guests, and thank you for joining us for the Academy's 2018 Winter Commencement Ceremony. Today is such an exciting day for all of us as we recognize and honor our newest high school graduates. Today we graduate over 40 students from the Academy, and I'm proud to say out of the 40, 27 of our students are graduating at least a semester early from high school. Good job, kids. I'm also very proud to say that the graduation rates for the high schools were released by the state of Florida, and the Academy has increased over the last 3 years by 30%. So I'm very proud of that accomplishment. And for those who support us, I would like to welcome our school board members, Chairman Mr. Robert Seeger. You can stand to be recognized. Vice Chairman Mrs. Wendy Atkinson. We have school board member Mrs. Kim Amantri here tonight. And our rookie new school board member, Mrs. Kara Reynolds. Welcome. And I'm not sure, I didn't see Mr. Vincent, but Mr. Vincent also is a great fan of the Academy, so thank you. We also have Assistant Superintendent of District Support, Mr. Jerry Olivo. Thank you for coming, Mr. Olivo. The Executive Director of Learning, Mrs. Cheryl Edwards. Thank you for coming. The amazing Executive Director of Student Services, Dr. Mike Desjardins. Director of Student Intervention and Dropout Prevention, Mrs. Chantal Phillips. Manager of Adult Education in Charlotte County's Community Liaison, Mr. Mike Riley. And Mr. Steve Dionisio, our superintendent, is here tonight. Thank you, Mr. Dionisio. Did I miss anybody? The lights I can't see, but thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate the support you give to the Academy. But enough of me, let's turn it over to Ms. Blanchett and hear some of these students speak. Thank you.
It's been a privilege watching our first speaker transition from an unfocused and unsure of herself young girl to a determined, bright, and strong-willed young lady. While her heart for animals is as big as her smile, I warn you, if she sees you after the ceremony, she may try to get you to rescue the latest puppy she's found online. Please give a warm welcome to the Academy's resident puppy savior, Miss Trinity Brown.
Don't take this, she talks too much, so this is different. So can you please share your wonderful words of advice, Trin? You're good.
Just read straight through it and you're fine. I'm right here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dionisio, Mr. Ham, school board members, Academy faculty, staff, friends, and family. I'm Trinity Brown. I'm 16 years old. Tonight I'm going to tell you my story and relate to you my thoughts on my time at the Academy. Like a lot of students here, I found myself falling behind with the wrong crowd and getting into trouble. I felt disappointed in myself and many times wanted to give up. In middle school, my family moved to Charlotte County through some bad decisions, and I ended up in the C program. I served my time there and returned to Murdoch Middle. I went to Port Charlotte High next, but once again, I found myself in the same situation. I was back in middle school and ended up in C. My plan to get out of C program again was as quick as possible, but due to my poor decision-making skills at the time, I ended up serving yet another 9 weeks. I was going downhill very fast and was close to just giving up and dropping out. But Mr. Ham and I had a heart-to-heart talk about my future. That changed everything for me, and I worked my way out of C. I started to attend the high school program at the academy. Thanks to my talk with Mr. Ham, I now consider him a friend and a huge inspiration to do big things and better my life. I want to make him and my family proud of me. Another big turn in my life was meeting my boyfriend, Tarek. He's my best friend and someone I can always count on to help me make right choices. I would like to say thank you to you for being there for me. He's always helped me, helped me make a big change in my life. I'd also like to thank my teachers, Miss Blanchett, Mr. Ashley, Miss L, Miss Sace, Miss Bisson for helping me. Another big, huge thank you to my mom for staying by my side and sacrificing so many things for me to be able to continue in school. Between Mr. Ham, my mother, and my teachers, I have a great future ahead of me. I now have a job at Walmart and plan on going to college. I can now say with pride that I am finally a graduate of the class of 2018.
Thank you, Trinity. All right. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Academy, we not only have our high school housed in the buildings on Cochran Boulevard, but we also have students who attend the Career Quest program at the Port Charlotte Mall. Our next speaker is a student who completed her schooling at CQ, and she would like to take a few moments of your time to be able to share her journey. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Shannon Martin.
Good evening, Mr. Dionisio, school board members, and Academy faculty and staff. My name is Shannon Martin. I am 19 years old, and I have been through a lot in my life. I was held back in school twice, and I've always felt like people looked down on me because of it. I've been bullied and was never good at making friends. I have always been alone. I have never had a good experience in school. I've always kept to myself most of the time because I was always sad. My path that led me to where I am today started when I was going through horrible things at home. When my dad lost his job, I started getting in trouble. My dad ended up in the hospital, almost died twice. My grades began to fall. I was always angry and got into fights. There were times when I wanted to give up and just drop out. I don't have much confidence, and with my dyslexia, it made things even harder and lonely for me. I've always thought I would end up in a bad situation, in jail or in a hole I couldn't crawl out of. I've always heard that schools will help you succeed, but they never really did until I came to the Academy. I am in the Career Quest program at Port Charlotte Mall, and never have I had more dedicated teachers. They have helped me in ways I cannot thank them enough. For not only did they help me, but they believed in me. The work at my previous school was hard, and those teachers didn't know how to teach me, which made things so much harder. When I came to Career Quest, I was worried the same thing would happen here. But I met some really nice people, and the school put me on the right path. Even when I messed up or fell behind, they were there for me. They always helped me. I suffer from severe depression. The teachers at CQ were able to get me help I needed. This is a school that truly cares. Never had I had that at other schools I have attended. Going to Career Quest, I started to believe in myself. I believe that I can make it to the finish line, that I could walk across this stage today and get my diploma, and finally say that I could be proud of myself. I kept going, I kept working until I got it right. I was determined to get my diploma, and with all the support and care that I received from my teachers, I am standing here tonight as a new person, a stronger one, and as a graduate. I'm glad I went to this school, even though this was my only year here. The teachers have taught me a lot, the things that I will need to help me in life. They have prepared me for the real world. If I hadn't gotten the opportunity to attend Career Quest, I don't know if I could have made it here today. I might even be able to earn a scholarship that could help me with my future plans, which is going to college working with animals. I cannot thank the staff at Career Quest and the Academy enough for what they have done for me. After all that I have gone through with being held back, my father almost dying, and my depression, I can't believe that I am finally here today to walk and get my diploma. I am proud to say that I am a student here and will never forget what they have done for me here. People have always said I wouldn't make it, but I am finally proving them wrong today. I hope when I have kids, they can experience the same joy of going to school like I did when I came here. This school, the teachers, they believe in us and help us believe in ourselves, to not give up. Life might be hard, but because I didn't give up, I finally made it. Thank you to my teachers, Mr. Ham, for believing in me. Thank you for making my dream come true. So tonight, I would like to say to all my fellow graduates, never stop believing in yourself. Thank you, and good night.
Up next is a young lady who is fierce, focused, and a force to be reckoned with. She has an extremely bright future ahead of her and big plans to achieve them. And there's no doubt amongst those of us that know her, she will accomplish everything she sets forth. Please welcome Miss Ebony Rogers.
Good evening, Mr. Dionisio, school board members, Mr. Ham, Mr. Underhill, Academy faculty, staff, and my friends and family. My name is Ebony Rogers, and I would like to take a moment to share with you my journey and experience at the Academy. I was enrolled January 1st, 2018, into now my graduating of senior year. I consider myself blessed to have been given this wonderful opportunity to earn my high school diploma. Before the Academy, I attended Charlotte High School. At Charlotte, I couldn't get the wonderful experience of a high school experience, like everyone else managed to do. Due to the severity of my anxiety, I couldn't even make it through the double doors of that school. I would literally get physically sick. And with the lack of help and support I desperately needed to strive for success, I started to think, what's the point in moving forward anymore? I can't with you. When the Academy was first mentioned to me, I was a bit skeptical at first. I was one to believe what I heard, that the Academy was just a school of rejects or high school dropouts. I don't cry. My belief quickly changed with my interview with Mr. Ham. He for sure was very intimidating at first sight. But as soon as he asked me, Ebony, what can I do to help you? I instantly broke down. I explained to him how I didn't want to have to depend on anyone in the future and that I want to be self-sufficient. I wanted to prove to the ones who told me I wouldn't make it past high school that I could, and I would. I believe that getting my high school diploma is the gateway for me to reach that goal. and I was longing for the second chance to earn the diploma I knew I deserved. Going to school at the Academy is extremely different than a traditional high school. On my first day, I felt instantly accepted and welcomed. My anxiety, along with thoughts that I wasn't going to be able to graduate, all went away. I'm here to say anyone who truly wants an education, if they can't get it here, I don't see them getting it anywhere. I knew it was my last chance at successfully reaching my goals. And under the guidance of Mr. Ham and my teachers, my goal of graduating became a reality. I have so many great memories at the Academy, for example, our Wolfpack rallies. I was a part of the Academy Student Leadership Group in Ms. Blanchett's class. Our jobs in leadership were to plan the monthly pep rallies and as well as other school events. My specific job for our Wolfpack rallies was the MC. My job was to hype up the crowd, and you know I'm hype. One of the most memorable events at our October rally was the staff musical chairs. I can't read this. The staff members were literally pushing and shoving, pulley chairs one under another, like stuff our age would do. But the best part was watching Mr. Baker getting shoved off his chair and fall to the ground. I grabbed his arm, but no avail. I've never seen someone fall so peacefully. It was a sight to see. The teachers at the Academy differ from teachers at a traditional high school, not only in the fact that they are funny and have a lot of spirit, but also because they actually teach. They actually teach their subjects instead of just putting notes on the board, telling the class to copy them down, and giving us a test. The teachers at the Academy interact with their class. I'm a student that likes to ask a lot of questions, but once you're told to stop asking questions and do your work, you wonder what's the point of even trying to get your education. But at the Academy, the teachers never judged me or shushed me for asking questions in class. They actually helped me learn more than what we were being taught, and I thank them for that. They loved how eager I was to fully understand what they were teaching me, and I will always be grateful for that. I've been a member of the Wolfpack for a little over a year. My time here will never be forgotten. I will be forever grateful for the staff members, my family, and the friends that I have made here. We are a family here at the Academy. Like the saying goes, if you mess with the wolf, you get the pack. Thank you for everything, my Academy family. Congratulations, fellow students, and good night.
We're going to pause here for a moment for what has become an annual tradition for these proceedings. Journalism teacher and yearbook sponsor Matt Baker, with the help of graduate Trinity Brown and the rest of the journalism class, have created one of our favorite moments of the Academy's graduation ceremony. This video helps give you, the audience, a behind-the-scenes look at the pace, intensity, and pride that goes along with being a member of the Wolfpack family. This year's video is dedicated to the graduates as much as it is about them. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Academy.
Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away.
You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who'll decide where to go.
You look up and down the streets, look 'em over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down not so good street.
And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there in the wide open air.
Out there things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsie as you. And then things start to happen. Don't worry, don't stew, just go right along, you'll start happening too.
Oh, the places you'll go.
You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang, and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest.
Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you.
You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are, then, that you'll be in a slump.
And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done.
You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win?
And if you go in, should you turn left or right and 3/4, or maybe not quite, or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple, it's not. I'm afraid you will find for a mind maker upper to make up his mind. You can get so confused that you'll start to race down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace, and grind out for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place.
For people just waiting. Waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone just waiting. Waiting for a fish to bite, or waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone just waiting.
No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing.
With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky, ready because you're that kind of guy.
Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored, there are games to be won, and the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame, you'll be as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV.
Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't.
I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win 'cause you'll play against you. All alone, whether you like it or not, alone will be something. You'll be quite a lot.
And when you're all alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on.
But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hack and cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak.
On and on you will hike, and I know you will hike far, and face up to your problems, whatever they are.
You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left.
And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed.
Kid, you'll move mountains.
So be your name Boxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way.
Well, if you like that, make sure you check out the school's YouTube channel. It's the Academy Wolfpack. The entire graduation ceremony will be posted before Christmas. Nice job, Mr. Baker. All right. Here, just make sure. Okay. She walks to the beat of her own drummer. That's a phrase most suited for our final speaker for the evening. She's uniquely gifted, artistic, and has her own amazing sense of style. She's a true leader among the students at the Academy, and I'm so very proud to introduce you to this year's winner of the Principal's Award, Miss Erin Sweeney.
Good evening, Mr. Dionisio, school board members, Academy faculty and staff, friends, family, and of course, my fellow graduates. When people hear the Academy, they think school for bad kids or troubled teens. That's totally false. Maybe that's what it used to be, but it has changed so much over the years. I believe this is truly a school for second chances, and we are all a family. I started at the Academy back in August of 2017, which was the best decision I could have made. The school I was attending before was Charlotte High. I enjoyed it, but only for one reason, which was the ROTC program. That was the only highlight of my time there. Sadly, I was failing every class except for ROTC. My mind wasn't focused on school. It was always about how my life was outside of school, which at the time was awful. I suffered from an eating disorder, severe depression, anxiety, and PTSD, which made it hard to focus on what really mattered. There were times when I would sit in the bathrooms crying, trying to figure out what to do. I felt helpless and alone. Friends would come and go. I felt like there was no one I could trust. I was suicidal and even acted upon it a few times. And if I had time to explain my whole life story, you would understand why I felt like that was the only solution. But they say everything happens for a reason, and I believe I know the reason. It's to graduate and move on to better things. It wasn't an easy journey. Nothing in life is, but it's a matter of just pushing yourself and finding the drive to do it and keep moving forward. For me, that was coming here to the academy. Here I felt accepted, like I actually mattered and had a purpose. All the teachers made sure I was okay, and they never failed to help me when I needed it. They showed me that people care and are willing to take time out of their day to help. I started making straight A's instead of straight F's. I felt a total change, not only in my academics, but in how I viewed things. Occasionally, I still have thoughts of self-hate, which I'm still trying to work on. Like I said, it's not easy. But along my journey, I met some amazing people who have helped me with those areas, and I would like to express my thanks to them. The first person I want to thank is Chief Williams, the ROTC instructor at Charlotte High. While my time at Charlotte High was not good, as I stated earlier, Chief Williams had a major impact on my character. He taught me leadership, honor, courage, and commitment, the core values of the Navy. I owe him a huge thanks. Mr. Baker is another teacher who I'd like to thank. He is always finding new ways to make me laugh or cheer me up, even if he can be a little cheesy and weird. So thank you, Mr. Baker, for making me smile, even if I don't feel like it at times. And Miss Blanchette, she is like a mother to me. She has always been there for me and never gave up on me. She not only helped me with my academics, but most importantly, she's helped me finding my self-worth. I'd also like to thank Mr. Ham. How do I even describe Mr. Ham? Mr. Ham, thank you for giving me a second chance. It means a lot to me that you believed in me so much. I really appreciate everything you do for the school and the students. And lastly, I'd like to recognize my own mother. She is the strongest woman I know. Oh my God, I'm not gonna cry. I'm sorry. And has been through so much, even having to put up my annoying attitude for 19 years. I love you and thank you so much for everything. You really are the light of my life. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'd like to end my speech with a quote from one of my favorite filmmakers, Walt Disney. Keep moving forward. No matter what, no matter how hard life hits you, keep moving forward. If you think you can't, you just want to give up, please remember to keep moving forward, and I promise you, you will go far. My name is Erin Sweeney, and it has been an honor to be a part of the Academy family. Thank you for your time. Good night.
Okay, this is my first graduation. It may be my last because I'm one of these sympathetic criers and not a big fan of the emotions. So anyway, now it's time to meet some standout students and recognize their contributions to the Academy. To give recognition to some of our outstanding Wolfpack members, once again, here's Academy Principal Jack Ham.
All right, we are getting there, but a few awards. Mr. Tom Hannon, can you join me up to the stage? The first award tonight is the Tom Hannon Award. Over the past 6 years, Mr. Hannon has graciously donated his time to find business sponsors, to find prizes, various donations that help support our fundraisers. And without the efforts of Mr. Hannon, the Academy would not be able to fund many of our school functions. Each year we provide a free prom, we pay for various student fees, scholarships, field trips, etc. And because of Mr. Hannon's efforts, we were able to do so free of cost to our students. So in honor of Mr. Hannon, we hand out a plaque and a check for $100 to the recipient of this award. Thank you so much, Mr. Hannon, for all you do for Charlotte County Public Schools. Can we give him a hand, please? The 2018 Winter Award goes to Mr. Amari Carter.
Amari interviewed for our middle school program 3 times before I took him. And you're possibly one of the laziest kids I've ever met in my life. But I'll tell you what, he's a rock star. We love you. We're going to miss you, buddy. The next award is the Spirit of the Wolf Award, which symbolizes the animal, the wolf, which has a perception and a culture that provides a positive and a negative spin on the spirit of this animal. Wolves have sharp intelligence and an appetite for freedom, but on the other hand, they are perceived as a threat and cannot be trusted. The key word is perceived. So when I reflect on this award, it reminds me of many of our students who have come to the Academy as a perceived bad student, bad kid, and in all reality are someone who just needs to be loved and cared for and reached out to, where they can finally be who they are. So when I picked this award winner, it's always someone who I felt made a major turnaround. This student who I'm giving this award to this year started last spring and was a hot mess. See what happens when students get to the Academy, they tend to try to figure out what's the culture, what's the climate. Some tend to buff up and want to kind of create territorial, others shy away and are scared and are trying to figure it out. This lady did not back down, so it took a lot of good conversations, and this year she is a true leader. She spoke to you early, Miss Ebony Rogers. The final award is the Angel Award, which is given to an individual or individuals who have a blessing to the Academy. The recipient of the award understands the Academy's purpose and our approach to education. This year's Angel Award goes to an individual who has touched so many lives at the Academy and anyone who crosses her path. For over 13 years, she has been the rock of the Academy, and for the past 6 years, she has been my secretary. Secretary is just the title for this lady. She is my mom. She is a mom to many of our students. She's a counselor, she's a therapist, she's an aunt, she's a grandmother, she's a sister, and most importantly, like I mentioned, she is our rock. She is not knowing this is happening, and I told her we're not doing the Angel Award this year, but my lazy butt got down to the plaques, had it made, and I want everyone please to give a round of applause to Miss Academy, Miss Marja Rash. All right, for the principal remarks, I guess this is the last piece before we bring you up and hand you your diploma. This crew. Wow. No, you're not bad, you're just high maintenance. And nevertheless, you made it, and I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on completing high school. The road ahead will be another journey for you, and I wish you all the best as you enter your adult life, and I continue to encourage you to keep moving forward. I made it a personal and professional mission to never compare the trials and tribulations of what it was like for my generation growing up compared to what you face each and every day. I vowed never to preach to my kids or students that they never had to walk 5 miles barefoot to and from school all winter long backwards. I refuse to think that today's kid has it so easy and are handed everything they want without working for it. I did not want to compare generations and appear not to relate to our younger folks. I am here today to confess that I can no longer keep my promise. I can no longer remain silent about how I feel about our current generation. It may appear that I might be going in the direction of bashing our younger citizens, but this is not the case. In my opinion, your generation has more challenges today than any generation before, has ever faced. I think your generation is being challenged to make more difficult life decisions, topped with the highest expectations that has ever been set for our young students. The concern that I have is our society is not preparing you to make the best decisions at a young age. We are too soft and have enabled our young people to feel entitled and not to teach our children that there are consequences to their choices. Today's newest generation, I just found this out, is called Generation Z, for those who were born in 1995 or after. According to the HuffPost, there are 8 different characteristics between Generation Z and the millennials. So this is you. You're less focused compared to the millennials. This is not me. This is research. You guys have an attention span of 8 seconds, which makes giving this speech very difficult, knowing that everything I'm saying is clearly not going to be retained. You're better multitaskers. That one makes sense. You're less likely to look for bargains and will pay full price. That hurts my heart. That one's tough. Earlier starters, in other words, you guys are more eager to go to the workforce than to post-secondary, which I have seen. You're more entrepreneurial and tech savvy. You have higher expectations. You are big on individuality, and you are more global. But what has made the biggest impact on Generation Z? I didn't want to do it. No generation before you has been handed such a powerful device as the cell phone. You have been given a personal computer in the palm of your hand that is too powerful for your brains to even comprehend. I'm not blaming you for wanting a cell phone, posting on Snapchat, looking up answers to your assignments, or wanting to post videos on YouTube. Our society did this to you without ever knowing or thinking about the consequences that would be. When I was growing up, if I needed to do research, something I had to find the answer, I would go to an encyclopedia, a dictionary, or a thesaurus. In addition, I had to use a card catalog to find the resources and what we called a library. You laugh at me because I'm old and you have no idea what many of those resources are. Generation Z just says, just Google it. What's the big deal? Although Google is a great resource and it does save time when looking up for information, the concern I have is that the process of finding the encyclopedia, getting the encyclopedia off the shelf, opening the encyclopedia, and finding the answer has other life lessons embedded in the process. This type of research built the endurance that I need as an adult to be a lifetime learner. Many of you have admitted to me that you have a cell phone addiction and that having access to your phone is not healthy. Without going much more in depth on this topic, just reflect on the increase in social anxiety, cyberbullying, social media threats, and depression that can be related to young people having access to a very powerful tool they are not mentally mature enough to handle. I'm just saying, put it down. In my day, everyone did not get a trophy. I'm losing my mind with youth sports right now. Where's my trophy, Coach Han? Did I get a ribbon? Are you kidding me? What are we doing by letting you not lose? Not win. What did you learn from that? I have 2 younger boys who will not and will never beat me in anything that we do, even if I have to cheat. Losing is not fun. Just ask Florida State fans. It's been nice being principal of the academy. If you don't know, our superintendent is a big Florida State fan, so I had to. By the way, Notre Dame is playing Clemson December 29th, 4 o'clock, just saying. We're in the playoffs, okay? But there are life lessons to losing that helps build strong work ethic and character. There is much more value in winning when you have to work on. But these are just some examples of concerns that I have. So what is my advice and what is my words of wisdom is work on your ability. Ability is to have talent, skill, or proficiency in a particular area. Ability, there are 394 words that have the word ability in them. One thing that I hope all of us will have in common one day is having a job. So when talking to employers, I often ask, what qualities are they looking for in their employees? I ask them, what can I go back and share with our students that will help them be successful employees? They reply by saying to me, they are looking for employees who have ability. They need employees who have the ability to provide skills needed to support the success of the business. We know that. Shockingly, all the employers that I speak will never mention the ability to do the job. They assure me the easiest part is to train the employee on how to do the job. They are looking for an employee who has other abilities. For example, dependability. Employers are looking for individuals who come to work every day and show up on time. This is also called reliability. Accountability. We can find dependable people, but can they be accountable for their work ethic, and can they be accountable from working from the moment they check in to the moment they check out? Responsibility. Employers need employees who are responsible and have great character. Having some adaptability in your personality is very valuable to become a successful employee. Being dependable, accountable, responsible, and adaptable will bring you credibility. Credibility will bring you sustainability, which will be followed by stability. That will give you survivability. Putting all those abilities in a package will bring you what you think you should have handed to you anyways, and that's respectability. What you don't want to become is a liability. At the end of the day, nothing is free and nothing is going to be handed to you. You're entering the real world. You're not going to have the Myers, the Blanchetts, and the Greenwoods of the world getting into your personal business to make sure you finish your work. Brantley's preach sessions that last 60 minutes are gone. Our social worker is no longer able to feed you Tootsie Rolls and buy you alarm clocks for your lazy butt to get up on time. Miss Rose Band-Aids are gone to cover your boo-boos when you fall down. It is now up to you. Go out there, expect nothing, and earn everything. Congratulations. At this time, could our very honorable Mr. Steve Dionisio, Superintendent, join me at the stage. As he's walking up here, I want to thank Mr. Underhill for all his hard work as our assistant principal. Ms. Anderson, our guidance counselor. And let's give it up for Ms. Blanchett. Tonight has been awesome. Thank you, dear. Mr. Dionisio, please join me at the podium. As principal of the Academy High School, I certify and present to you, Mr. Dionisio, the Academy Winter Class of 2018. The members of this class have met all requirements prescribed by the state of Florida and the Charlotte County School Board and are eligible to receive a high school diploma and all the rights and privileges pertaining to it.
Thank you. As Superintendent of Charlotte County Schools, I hereby accept the Academy High School Winter Class of 2018 as fulfilling its requirements for graduation and grant high school diplomas to the members of this class. Congratulations, graduates.
Graduates, please rise. Move your tassels to the left, and let's proceed.
Graduates, the rest of you may be seated. That's good. Okay. Tiana Maria Arnett Jamerson. Michaela Jade Beckman. Trinity Jasmine Brown. Autumn Marie Camara. Amari Lee Carter. Rachel Ann Casa. Stephen Alberto Cruz. Elena Violet Curry. John Charlie Donnelly. Caitlin Carmela Marie Emirio. DeAndre Rashawn Freeman. Julissa Daniela Garcia. Jose Angel Cardenas Garza. Faith Ann Suzette Germano. Giovanni J. Harrington. William Gregory Hoffman. Charles Ethan Hoover. Brianna Nicole Hubert. You got this. Good time. Hannah Marie Kashuba. Adriana Paige Cosras. Giovanna Kenny Alice Livingston Witter. Shannon Marie Martin. Christopher Mateo. Jonathan Allen McBride. Raina Michelle McGraw. Kayliana Jean Missoff. Hunter Leo Danny Morris. Sheraldi Grisel Munoz. Desiree Michelle O'Grady. Helen Catherine Olson. Enrique Pacheco Gonzalez. Joseph Nieves Perez. Nevada Rose Perkins. Michaela Ann Rowe. Ebony Christine Rogers. Zachary Michael Smith. Erin Elizabeth Sweeney. Gregory Alexander Treasure. Savannah Lee Valenti. Serenity Angeline Williams.
I'm not necessarily the most graceful person, so I apologize. All right. Someone moved my page. There we go. All right. Graduates, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you for a final round of applause the Academy's graduating winter class of 2018. Please remain seated for the very brief final few minutes of our program. I'd like to extend a very special thanks to former graduation guru Matt Baker. Since this was my first graduation, as this year's senior sponsor, I greatly appreciated his help and guidance. Thank you also to the entire, and I mean entire, faculty and staff members of the Academy who helped make tonight such a special evening. You guys are amazing. Faculty, please depart to set up for the graduate recessional. Family and friends, please remain seated. Graduates, please rise. You may depart. Thank you again for joining us for this very special occasion. Have a good night.
Signal in the distance, to whom it may concern. I think I lost my way, getting good at starting over every time that I